Actually, there's a magic word that is what success is all about. People say, oh, there's no real magic, there's no secret to success, but there actually is. And the magic word is attitude. So, kind of what you portray, what you put out there, you immediately get back as, a reaction. So we can create our own life, just by changing our attitude. Attitude's kind of defined as like the positioning or bearing of our actions, feeling, and mood. Your actions, your feeling, and your mood comprise your attitude, right? And then whatever your attitude is going to affect others around you, and it's going to affect their actions, feelings, and mood. So if you have poor attitude and you're lazy and you're always in a bad mood, well, that's what you're going to get back. And in terms of our business, no one's going to join someone who is always mopey and depressed and not excited about what they're doing. I mean, it just, attitude is everything. You could be selling the most, beneficial, awesome product in the world or service or whatever it is, which we are, exactly. But even something 10 times better than what we have, which isn't invented yet and probably never will be. If your attitude is poor, no one's going to want any of it because you're not proof of that benefit, right? So, the important thing is to realize out of all this is that we can control our attitude. Just like you can control your time, you can control your life, you can control, who you spend time with, what you're doing. You're in control of all of it. I mean, a lot of people are in response mode. I talk about this sometimes with my team where they're just reacting to situations. Like, well, I had to do this because I had to do this because I had to do this because this happened. And in reality, you're in control of what you do, where you spend your time, who you talk to, what you choose to do. And so your attitude is no different. You can control your attitude every single morning you get up. And one easy way to do this, I'll give you a couple steps that I like to use to change my attitude, because we all get affected with the same junk, right? We all get bad news,
dirty water.
Exactly.
Dirty water,
Stomach ache, a complaint from somewhere up or down the chain that can ruin your day or week, whatever. But we all get hit with the same stuff. I mean, like, does anyone have problems in their life at all this year? Has anyone had a problem this year?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So everyone has problems. That's the point, right? But you can choose what your attitude is, regardless of your situation, regardless of your problems, regardless of where you're at in life. An easy way to do that in the morning, number one, is to smile. Right?
That's true.
Too easy.
It's too easy.
You cannot be in a bad
Try. I
face
dare
if
you and
smile.
challenge you to talk about things that are sad, depressing, complain when you're smiling.
It's physiologically impossible.
You can't do it. And literally you could just be anywhere. You could be in your car, you could be in the shower, you could be in the bathroom, and whatever state you're at, just force yourself to smile. It's like the muscles in your mouth will change your mood. So that's one thing you can do. You can put on music, right? Find music that you resonate with. It doesn't matter if it's hip hop, rock and roll, oldies,
Country,
Beach
Western,
Boys, whatever. Like, just play music that you resonate with, that puts you in a good mood, or maybe it takes you back to a time where you were happy, on the beach, whatever. Yeah, maybe AC/DC, Back in Black, whatever. All I do is win. That's right.
Little star. My finger baby.
So that's one thing you can do. Also, you want to surround yourself with, if you're always in a bad mood, there's a reason for that, right? There's something going on. So you need to change your environment. That'd be my immediate diagnosis. So surround yourself with positive things and positive people. Where are you spending your time? My dad struggled with depression. He was a manic depressive. And one thing that used to feed that was the news. Just always listening to talk radio, day in, day out, on the road, as a on-the-road outside salesperson, just being fed the negativity. It doesn't matter if it's on the right or the left. They both have crap. And it just would constantly feed him until the point where he finally realized, like, I just have to completely unplug from it. And it was so much better off. Get news wherever you need to get your news from in a small, compact, like, non-sensational way, if you can do that. You can set up a Google Reader, RSS feed, or whatever. You can read a publication that is, a little less sensational or something. But just don't. My point is just, like, if that's affecting your attitude because you're listening to talk radio or you're watching the news every night at 6 p.m. and it's just all garbage. You got to unplug. But surround yourself with positive people, like your ViSalus family,
Yeah.
right? You know, going to
My
events.
troublemaker friends.
You can go to church. I mean, obviously there's sad people at church with bad attitude too, but there's some churches with a lot of happy people that have a good attitude. Personal growth. You know, we talk about the mobile university, right? Papa Cedian, or Earl Nightingale, or Dale Carnegie,
or John
I-
Maxwell.
Jim Rohn, John Maxwell.
A great one right now that I just got off Audible. Wayne Dwyer. It's called No Excuses.
I've heard of that one.
Have you heard that one? It's really good. It combines the power of belief plus the biology of belief, and it's talking about how really it's all about our thoughts. Everything is all
Yep.
about our thoughts.
Nick did a training on that too. That like blew my mind.
Yeah, the belief one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In
so
the
it's-
old
it's-
Fusion Academy.
Yeah. So this is belief plus it's physics and quantum mechanics that have been actually proven.
Wow.
He talks about how they did a study. There's several studies out there. The Dr. Bruce Lipton did one of them, but there's another one.
Local. Bruce.
Yeah, Lipton is local. Yeah.
Santa Cruz.
Where another knee surgeon, he did a study. He did a surgery on, like, I forgot how many people were people that had knee surgery. He did the full-on surgery where he went in and like reconstructed the knee and did all the cartilage. He did a partial where he went in and just like cleaned out if there was any stuff floating, and then he did a fake surgery on a whole bunch of people.
Where he did nothing.
Where he did nothing. He actually
That's great to be involved in that test.
Yeah.
So
He
you didn't
actually
actually
made-
do knee surgery?
made the little incisions,
Yeah,
right, but didn't
yeah,
do anything.
yeah.
But you know, so they're under anesthesia. They think so, right? And the people that he did nothing to
He's still
had
improved.
as good as or better results than the people that had the surgeries. They were out running and playing
So
basketball.
he was obviously feeding them, you know, like, oh, this is gonna fix your
I
problem.
remember
you
this
feel
now.
so much better.
His takeaway conclusion was that his skill as a surgeon had absolutely nothing,
Nothing to do
with.
the recovery of the patient.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Belief.
because they all believe that their knee was
I've
gonna be
heard him
better.
talk about that on PBS. Yeah, that's a
It's
great.
amazing.
What else,
So,
Dave?
So, you know, stuff like that, you know, that's gonna change your attitude. I mean, just hearing about that is, you know, makes you smile, right? It's uplifting.
Right.
So listen to that stuff. And we should do this every day. That's kind of like what it boils down to. Make sure you have a good attitude. Before you make phone calls, before you meet with somebody, you need to have a good attitude, you know? And the way you check yourself is smiling is like the easiest way. But Damien had me do this. I was making a call and I was like all businessy, and he looked at me in the rearview mirror and he's like, and I was like, and I started smiling when I was talking, and I was like, oh yeah, and I sounded a lot more exciting, and I sounded a lot more appealing to talk to, just hearing myself talk, you know. So
You can hear people when they're smiling.
yeah, you can. You can tell if people are sitting on the couch lazy. You can tell if they're moving around. You can tell if there's all kinds of stuff that comes through over the phone. You got to be aware of that. So the way to kind of test, just a little self-examination. We're almost done, but you can test your past attitude, what your attitude has been at any point. You know, you ask yourself, when you greet people on a daily basis, or when you have greeted people, right? What was their response to you? Yeah. If they're like, you know, or if they're like, or if they turn around and run the other way, or if they're like coming up to tell you about their problems, that's what we're putting out. Unfortunately, that's reality. You know, your attitude equals your results. I mean, that's what this all comes down to. So yeah, you're going to attract people, but literally, you know, you think about like the quantum mechanics of it, like what you put out, you know, that expectation is what you're going to actually get in your day, in your results, in your life. And so if you have great attitude, you're going to get great results. If you have good attitude, good results. Poor attitude, poor results. It's real. Average attitude, average results. I mean, average attitude, there's billions of people with an average attitude, and they all have average results.
Billions of average people.
Yeah. So we control it. Most people are like chameleons, where they take on the attitude of other people. They take on the attitude of their surroundings, whatever. They're chameleons, right? So we cannot be like that. We have to make sure that we're aware of what's happening and that we're controlling it, and we're exhibiting and putting out what we want to get back. Two important words to remember are gratitude and expectant. So my gratitude, I'm grateful. That's a good way to have a good attitude, right? I'm grateful that I live in a country where there's opportunity, where I can literally, direct my own life. I literally have the choice to say, I'm going to do this today, or I'm going to up and start this business, or I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to, worship without persecution, whatever. I'm grateful of those things, and then I'm expectant that I'm going to reach my goals. I'm expectant that, all 10 people I call are all going to pick up the phone, listen to the byline, and ask for more information. I'm expectant that, when I set a goal of getting 15 people to an event, that I'm going to have 15. So gratitude, expectant, those are two things that you can focus on to be in the right attitude. And I'm responsible. There's millions of people with a poor attitude that have a poor expectation of life. But we are responsible for our attitude in our life. We get what we expect, and our outlook is like a paintbrush. Paint our world with. I'll leave you with that.
Can I quote Dave Bengel on that one, or is that?
No, no.